Hey y'all, it's Brandon with Voodoo Forge. Now, I'm cranking out this today. This is a new kind of experiment for me. It is an herb drying rack. My wife has been wanting one. I've been thinking about building one for quite some time. And I've seen a design similar to this, and this is kind of my take on it. It didn't go as easily as things I've made a dozen times, but let's see what we can figure out from it. Here's our material we're using, and the only kind of special tool. This is 3/16 by 1 inch flat stock. This piece, which will be the main loop, is 40.5 inches or so. These two are 25.5 inches or so. There's going to be some waste cut off after I get the loop and the other pieces made. I've got 7 rivets out here. I should only need 6, but I dropped things. And then I've got 8 pieces, 8 inches long of 1/4 inch round stock. That's going to be the hooks. This will be the top hook. It is 1/4 inch by significantly less than 8 inches. So let's get started. This jig I made by slicing a piece off of a tank, and it is, how big is this thing? About 10 inches across. So the plan is I'm going to clamp the hot material to this and wrap it around. I've got a small hammer, a mallet, and a pair of tongs to help me with that. So we will see how this goes. Hot. I may end up having to use a torch on this. Yeah, that is about all I'm going to be able to reasonably be able to get in the forge. So I'll clamp it here. I'm going to finish heating and wrapping with a torch. I've got a rosebud on here. Hopefully it won't take too much heat. It's going to get stinky with that powder coating burning off. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, for the other 2 pieces, we will do the same thing. We'll heat it in the forge and then finish it with the torch. Start the torching again. I'm going to start heating a little further back. This only has to go halfway around because this is part of the top support. sure it's flat. We will let these cool, and then we'll go to drilling holes and cutting material and getting it all put together. While that stuff's cooling off, I might as well get my hooks made. Plan is to taper the tip just a little bit. Should be enough. Just hit the corners. I'm not bringing it to a point. Okay, just kind of just taper it barely. Once it's tapered, I'm going to bring it over here to the horn and give it a very abrupt hook, something like that. Then we're going to the other side. Exact same thing. And the hook will go the same direction as the other one. Once again, kind of in an abrupt, pointy hook like that. And back in again. Two pairs of tongs here and bring it over here to a piece of quarter. Got in a vise. Bend it over and move our tongs out to the hooks. Bend it over a little more and get a little octopus guy. That's what we're going for. Once we got it here, just gonna tap it and kind of flatten it out. It does not have to be perfect. Needs to be a little better than that though. One of those, and we got to do the other little hook for the. Do another hook here. Take the end over. Doesn't have to be anything spectacular. That's an ugly hook. Going for something small like that, then we're going to heat it, bend this back. All I'm doing here is bending this down. That's it. This will be the hook in the top of our drying rack. Good morning. Might not be morning for you. So here's the plan. First thing I'm going to do is cut this off right there, and then we'll start drilling our holes. Here's the plan. I have figured that to save a rivet, since I have long enough rivets, I can use one of the rivets that is going to be holding the circle together to hold this top loop on here. So it's just a matter of getting that lined up. I need a square. Got one. There we go. That'll work. It's quite a bit of gunfire for this time of the morning. Okay, so that's square. a little scientific method called eyeballing. That looks pretty centered to me. We'll be able to drill this on it. Got to go through 3 layers here. So and we're going to cold set these rivets. Now, this is way too much rivet, so we're going to have to cut it. I know it's going to need about half of the distance that it's being, that it's holding together. So if it's holding a 1/2 inch of material together, you need a 1/4 inch of rivet. And this is, 5/8, so a little over 1/4 inch. Now, setting a rivet is not really hard if you can get a good place to do it at, but you do need to give it a good solid whack or two. Alright, we've actually still got, we can still adjust this because it got off square a little, so I can still tap that over. But I'm going to go ahead and drill this side first. And riveted the other side. Now for our last piece. You can see why I'm leaving this a little long. It's because I can hook it there and then push it over and get my piece on. And that is, we're going to call that square enough. Okay, I'm not going to be able to get this thing in the drill press. This piece on here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. Well, I'm not going to lie. Of the 3 holes I've drilled so far, they're all crooked. They're off center. So it is pretty disappointing. But it's just how I'm trying to fit it in the drill press. So, before I make this a production thing, I'm going to have to iron the kinks out of that. But let's see if we can at least get this last hole centered. Well, if you're wondering whether or not I got that hole in straight, no, I didn't. Something about the way I was cramming it in the table vise there, the bit just walked and I couldn't stop it. So I guess next time I will use a hand drill or build something to put it on to brace it in the drill press. I don't know, that'll be an upcoming thing, but I can cut this off now. Okay, learning from our previous crooked holes, I'm going to very carefully center punch this. Hey, just Brandon center punch it in the center. There you go. Alright. And then I'm going to try hand drilling a pilot hole with a smaller bit. This one absolutely has to be centered. What the goal is going to be here is to heat this and peen it over to give it enough of a flange so that this will have a rotating hook at the top. Good. That's what we're looking for. Just need to flat disc off these edges now. In the interest of evening out the color and getting all the cutting oil off, I'm going to torch things a little bit. Well, she's not quite as straight as I would have wanted her, and I'm really just disappointed with myself for these all out of whack holes. That one might be the best one. It's terrible, but it ought to hold up plantain or mullein or whatever all that stuff is that Cindy brings in to dry. So we'll call it a success, but here's your finished product. That's as finished as this one's gonna get. There we have it. There's some things I will do differently as I will be making more of these, so I'll get some of these kinks worked out and we will revisit this at a later date, but all in all I'm not upset with it. You know, the first time you make something it's always a little weird. Usually the things that I make on videos I've made before, but sometimes we gotta experiment, huh? But if you ever made anything like this, let me know in the comments. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. That helps us out a lot. And subscribe to the channel. But anyway, y'all behave yourselves. Oh, you're still here. Well, if you didn't know, we have a homesteading channel. And that's going to be up here somewhere. And then there's going to be other stuff you should check out. Like here. So give those a click. That'd be cool.